This is a very, very disturbing and distressing news coming out of Niger. So yesterday, in the western region of the country, in the border between Mali and Burkina Faso, in the region of Tilaberi, to be precise, a terrorist group went to a baptism ceremony and killed 15 people. So this terrorist group then moved to another location and killed 7 people, bringing the total to 22. And last month alone, villagers and worshippers of this region, Tilabari, have experienced, I think, 127 deaths. It is sad. It is very sad to think that in Africa today we still have religious motivated killings. This is in no way like we are not in any way saying that any religion is a problem, because like Abdurrahman Chiani, the president of Niger, said in his latest interview that they have known Islam for 1,600 years, and in that 1,600 years there was no religious motivated attacks on Christians or mass killing of Muslims by other Muslims or jihadis. This is a new thing for Africans, as we may say, because it came in the like 2000s. It started in 2000, basically after 2009, before we started witnessing this kind of barbaric acts from terrorist group. What I want to say is religion is not like, if you think about and you look at the leaders of the Sahel states, you will notice that they are more inclusive and they are promoting religious tolerance. This is something that all of Africa we have to focus on, because this is really sad to think that Africans still kill other Africans because of religion. It is not worth it. It is not to pick up your gun, because the terrorist group, they are linked to the group called Al Qaeda and the other factions of Jenim and others. They continue killing civilians, killing worshippers in the name of trying to create a caliphate. This is the saddest part of Africa. We continue draining our population. We have to know that until security is guaranteed, there will be no investment and there will be no development. How are you going to develop a region when you try to build a road? The terrorists will try to cut the same road to make sure cars will not pass. If you continue promoting stuff like this is sad. There will be no development, because if you are an investor, you will not invest in a region where security is not guaranteed, and that's a fact. As Africans, we have to make sure we stand in the face of this kind of barbaric act. Killing people for baptism, for what they believe in, is not something we should be should to be applauded in any way possible. And then outside of that, if you move out of Africa, you will notice that these things don't happen in the UAE. These things don't happen in Qatar. It don't happen in Oman, Kuwait. It don't happen in Saudi Arabia. People don't kill people based on what they believe in. Why is it happening in Africa? Does it really mean that we are that backwards to see that we don't have to kill each other for what we believe in? I think that it is time to invest more in education to make sure the continent is more educated. Because when you are educated, you will not see any reason to pick up a gun and just go kill somebody for what he believes in, right? So, with that said, a lot of bad things happen in the Sahel states. When I say Sahel, I don't just mean the alliance of the Sahel state, which is made up of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. I'm talking about countries that form this, like Sudan, uh, Chad, which just applied for to join the security part of the alliance of the Sahel states. Yesterday, also, there was an attempt to kill Deby, the president of Chad, and one of his security guards was unfortunately lose his life. You know, and this he blamed France. He says since he asked the French military to exit the country, he has had a lot of attempts on. This is the second attempt on his life, and this goes a long way to show maybe who is behind it. And of course, I cannot roll out the fact that we are our own problems, because how do you sit and wait for somebody to come from Europe, give you a little bit of money to go and kill your own brother? These terrorist groups are being sponsored and they continue with their terror, reigning terror in the Sahel and beyond, in the Sahel and beyond. It is time for us to speak up and, like Chiani said, It is not about religion. If it was about religion, from 1,600 years since the Sahel State knew Islam, the killings would have been the same until date, right? So it is not about religion. Whoever is funding this terror, we have to make sure we face it heads on and let them know that we are not the same generation as before. For those killed in this barbaric attack yesterday, may your souls rest in peace, and hopefully your killers will be brought to book.